Okay, hello and good morning. Let's take a look here. Week 4 is due. Make sure you turn that in. You will have from today through Monday only. Also, if you missed the test, it will be open this weekend to Monday only. Do not miss it a second time. If you do, that zero is going to stay with you till week 9. All right, let's take a look here. You were taught how to extract perfect roots, so start off with 2s, 3s, and 5s. So 2 times 10, and then 2 times 5. Circle these. Here's 2 of a kind. 2 times 2 is 4. So this is going to be 4 times 5, and the square root of 4 is 2. So it's 2 square root of 5. Make sure you understand that. This one right here, 80, is going to be 2 times 40, 2 times 20, 10, and 5. Circle that. You have 2 2's, that's 4. You have another 2 2's, that's another 4. And then you can put the 4's together and get 16. So it's going to be 16 times 5 is 80. And then the square root of 16 is 4. So it's going to be 4 square root of 5. Make sure you understand that. All right, so let's go on. That's called extracting perfect roots. I'm going to make this just a little smaller so we can see, and I have more work area. All right, let's do some autofocus. Okay, I want you to copy down this diagram on a new sheet of paper, and I want you to fill all of that in. Well, let's take a look at it. First of all, alternating interior, anything up in here is called the interior. Look like I missed one here, so put an 8 right there. So this is going to be this one and this one, 4 and 2. So put 2, 4, and then put 5 and 8. Alternating exterior would be on the outside, but it jumps across the transversal. That's your transversal, so it's 1 and 6. And 3 and 7. Vertical, there's a bunch of them. 1, 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2 and 7. Those are all vertical. And vertical angles are always equal. Corresponding is top, top. So the top of this one and the top of this line. So it's 1 and 5. And 3 and 2, or 2 and 3, 4 and 7 is bottom, bottom, and then 6 and 8. Those are all corresponding. Same side interior, those are a separate breed. Same side interior would be the same side of that transversal, so it would be 2 and 8, and it would be 4 and 5. And then same side exterior would be on the outside, it would be 1 and 7, and it would be 3 and 6. Now remember, if the lines are parallel, all of these are equal. If the lines are parallel, these add up to 180. So if it says SS, it has to add up to 180. So these two are not equal, but they add up to 180. They're supplementary. What I want you to do now is I want you to write down this statement here. It's a theorem. And by the way, I don't think I've ever told you, but a theorem is something you can prove. So put can prove it. Okay, if it's a postulate, you cannot prove it. It's accepted without proof. Well, let's read this one. This one says, if parallel lines, then corresponding angles are congruent. That's true. Okay, so if you have this line and that line's parallel, and you have a transversal, then corresponding are equal. So the top here would be equal to that, and the bottom would be equal to the bottom. That's true. The converse, you have to switch, CS. So it would be if, and I want you to write that right now. If corresponding angles, then parallel lines. Write that down and make sure you understand. Okay? And the converse is true. So, since the statement is true and the converse is true, if you can show that the inverse is true, like if not parallel lines, then not corresponding congruent. That's true. Okay? If the lines are not parallel, correspondings are not congruent. They're still corresponding. That's true. So you could technically write a biconditional. You could say parallel lines if and only if corresponding angles congruent. Okay? Remember, a biconditional can only be written if the contrapositive is true. And the contrapositive is a combination of the converse and inverse. All right, let's talk about today's work. All right, now look here. They want you to say what the angle has to be to make the lines parallel. All right, so look up here. I want you to do 1 dot, 2 dot. Write that down. 1 dot, 2 dot. Okay, so watch what I do. I'm going to take a different color. So, this angle starts here and goes this way. So put 2 dots. This angle starts here and goes this way. Now, if this angle is 130 degrees, if it is, then this line would be parallel to that line. And that's how you're going to do this work. Now you might say, well, what is 1 dot, 2 dot? Well, the 2 dots are on your transversal. So 2 dots would be your transversal. Okay, write that down. 2 dots will be your transversal. Look at the next one. If this angle is 128 degrees, if it is, then this line, 1 dot, would be parallel to that one. So you would say, if the angle is 128 degrees, then parallel lines. And the reason why is because these are alternating interior. And if these are congruent, then those lines are parallel. Okay, that's what we're doing here. This one is same side interior. So if, and let me make it bigger so you can see it. So let's look at number 5. Okay, so on number 5, these are SS, INT, and those have to be 180, Superman. So if this is 90, so if this angle is 90 degrees, so if 90 degrees, then U is parallel to V. Write that out. I want to see that on each one of these. So on this one you would say, if the angle is 130 degrees, then U is parallel to V. I want to see that statement on each of these. Okay? All right, that's how you do the front side. Let's take a look at the back side and then I'll get you started. All right, let's just do one of these. If you look right here, again, I'm going to make it bigger. All right, so if this angle here is equal to this angle, those are alternating exterior. So you're going to say 19x minus 4 is equal to 110. All right, so they want you to find the value of x, which is what the directions say, that will make the lines parallel. So these are alternating, I want you to write it down, alternating exterior. And if they're equal, then this line would be parallel to that line. So you got to solve this equation. You're going to add 4, and then after you add 4, you're going to divide by 19. So I guess that's 114, and then you're going to divide by 19. And whatever you get is what's going to make these two lines parallel. Okay? That's how you do today's worksheet. If you get stuck, raise your hand. Let's talk about now MCR. Okay, that was geometry. I usually give my introduction. Sorry about that if I missed it. But this one right here says week 4 is due. Okay, make sure you turn that in. All right, the next one here, you're going to draw your line and you're going to subtract 2 first of all. So you're going to get x minus 4 divided by 3 is equal to 5. You're going to multiply by 3. And when you do, you get x minus 4 is equal to 15. And then you're going to add 4 and get x equals 19. And then you're done. All right, let's keep moving. This one right here, retest. If you missed Chapter 1 test, I'm going to open it for you this weekend through Monday only. If you miss it, you're going to have to live with that 0. Parents, I'm sorry, but this is the second try. All right, let's keep moving. This one right here, the least common denominator is 10, so I'm going to multiply everything by 10 to clear my denominator. 5 goes into 10, 2 times k is 2k. 2 goes into 10, 5 times 1 is 5. 2 goes into 10, 5 times 3 is 15, and now I have a two-step equation. So I'm going to add 5 to both sides and get 2k is equal to 20, k is equal to 10 when you divide by 2. There it is. Here's your assignment for today. If you get stuck, I want you to ask questions. When you're done, today is Friday, I'm going to let you relax, okay? But no other days am I going to allow you to relax like today. Only on Fridays, provided you're working all week. All right, have a good morning, and I'll see you in class. Don't forget about the retest.